America has been asleep for a long, long time.
Long time.
And you know, people say, "Aren't you worried about people like Trump?" I'm like, "No, man. We had 525 years of Trumps."
That's right.
You know, we've had these folks come and call out immigrants. I mean, every one of those, if you ain't native, you're an immigrant.
That's
you're
right.
a settler. And so we have to acknowledge that. We have to talk about those hard issues that are dividing us: racism, poverty, inequality, homelessness, all these things.
Yes.
And where do they come from? They come from, I believe, a white-dominated patriarchal system that was brought on by the doctrines of discovery to manifest destiny, that people are better than somebody else.
That's right.
Because of their color, because of their language, because of their dress, because of whatever. And that's not the case in indigenous communities. We are all equal as human beings. And once we start recognizing that, nobody else has the power. You know, John Trudell said they think they have power.
That's right.
And they don't have power.
What a great
they have
musician.
an illusion of power.
Yep, that's right.
They have the guns, they have all the weapons, they can, whatever. That's an illusion of power. That is not power. Water is power.
That's
the
right.
The wind is power. The earth is power.
The sun.
The sun. All these right.
are things of the earth that we all share. And you can't put a price tag on
Right.
them. And it's common sense. We all know that. We're all here. We're all earthlings.
Right.
We're all on this planet together. So a lot of people are looking for an enemy.
Sure.
And it looks to me like the enemy is the system that people just accept
Right.
as what has to run.
We accept that
the world.
we accept that there's a two-party system. There's not.
There's one. Well, you know what Gore Vidal said, right?
What do you say?
One property party with two right wings. And he was an elitist who was a next door neighbor to Eleanor Roosevelt.
Wow.
As a kid. So, and he says it like it is.
Yep.
So he's not with us anymore.
Yep.
But the reality of it is that a lot of people will say capitalism is the problem, but really the indigenous communities lived for thousands of years the same way, essentially, right?
Yeah, we
even
traded.
even before feudalism.
Right.
So
Exactly.
So
yeah, capitalism may not be the problem, but it's how we function within that idea of capitalism.
Yeah.
You and I, we go to a store, we buy our groceries, we can't go hunt anymore because all the animals are gone pretty much, right?
Yeah.
We can't live that way. We're an extractive society. The United States is 25% of the world's population and uses what, 70, 60% of the resources?
And that's not changed.
That's not changed.
And the thing about it is we you know what we really need to be headed to, and I've talked to Jill Stein about this, is essentially we're headed towards a more cooperative economy, or we're not going to survive as a species.
Right.
In other words, it's not, and I think that's where capitalism and feudalism was absolutely wrong. You don't give the power and the resources to a handful of people and expect them to just be compassionate towards their fellow human beings. It's not going to happen.
No.
So if you have a cooperative economy that's based on sharing,
Right.
that pays more attention to the natural resources and the fact that we all are the stewards of these resources, that it's the wealth that we technically all create together.
Correct.
So it needs to be distributed
Right.
better.
Equally.
Yes.
Right. And part of the Divest L.A. 13 plan, motivational plan, was one of them was to create obviously better banking systems,
Yes.
go into credit unions, educational systems. The educational system that we have here, we're what, 27th in the world out of whatever?
I know, and we are
We're
one of the
pretty bad.
wealthiest, if not the wealthiest
Right.
country in the world.
So, you know, I'm at UCLA, right? And I
Yeah.
see a lot of money, I see a lot of very intelligent folks, but we're still, in many ways, going down the same economic plan that our parents have done, right?
That's right.
We need to change that, and we need to look at what can we do with wind and solar in relationship to the land.
And we need to move radically